Hello. You're listening to
Insanity Radio.
This is Insanity.
They play a really good mix between like the modern tunes.
We don't actually have money to buy a radio.
I think we got a show to do.
And wave my arms around, hoping for the light to come on.
It's like a thing where you play music and you talk a little bit and then your friend pretends to listen and then they really don't.
Long week in the office, or, you've been stressing about exams.
This is Insanity Radio, 103.2 FM.
Good morning, welcome to the Josh Miskin Morning Show on Insanity Radio. This is our last show before Christmas. It's Tuesday the 10th of December and the time is just coming up to 4 minutes past 9. Ah dear, we're coming to you from quite a ill Josh Miskin this morning, I'm afraid. Yes, been ill over the weekend, but I still managed to get myself out of bed. That's why I might sound a bit different and look a bit different actually for those of you watching. Look, I had a haircut yesterday. What can you see? Oh, you can only see the back of my head at the moment. Oh no, there we go. Hi. What was I going to talk about? Ah, yes. This is the last show before Christmas, I'm afraid. Oh, I know. So, oh no, that's not true. Oh, whoops. Well, it's kind of true. It's my last live show before Christmas, because next week on the, what was it be? Next week, 17th, I am away in Muscat, in Oman, with my dad. So I won't be able to do a show then. But the week after, it will be Tuesday the 24th of December. It will be Christmas Eve. And so there'll be a Josh Miskin Morning Show special. The show will be running from 9 until 11. Kind of because it's Christmas Eve, but also because I missed the week before. So you get a double 2-hour special. But yeah, so that's quite exciting. There'll be a special. I don't know what I'm going to talk about for an entire 2 hours. I struggle enough with an hour. But you know me, I'm sure I will waffle on as I'm managing to do now. Good morning. Be sure to get involved with the show, of course, on Instagram at the Josh Miskin Morning Show. Twitter is Insanity Radio. What else do I usually say? Yes, text in 88802. Start your message with 1032. That's the important bit. Yes, you can listen to the show and watch the show on Catch Up on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor and Apple Podcasts. There we go with the Sherlock theme in the background. But next up, we've got a few more Christmassy songs than usual playing. I mean, I don't know why you needed to know that, but there you go. Now I've told you. Next up is a song by the Bublé Bicycle Club. Speaking of Bombay, my dad's in India at the moment. There you go. Dad's getting a lot of mentions this morning. He's doing well. There you go. Anyway, this is Everything Else Has Gone Wrong by the Bublé Bicycle Club. Enjoy.
Sing a motif, rub it into my teeth, glisten white, eyes shut and my tongue's tied wrong, but I'm listening right. Well, come on and get something on my rung, where the chords and the notes are the only thing sung. Come on and get something on my rung, keep the stereo on, everything else has gone wrong. 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 Aching for a word, I can feel my mind running. I can chase it till I'm seeing blood. Dark red coat on the side of my throat. When you heard each sound, did you swallow it down, tasting every word? Then come on and get something on my rung, where the chords and the notes are the only thing sung. Come on and get something on my rung, keep the stereo on, everything else has gone wrong. 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 I guess I found my peace again, and yes, I found my second win. I guess I found my peace again, and yes, I found my second win. I guess I found my peace again, and yes, I found my second win. I guess I found my peace again, and yes, I found my second win, and yes, I found my peace again, and yes, I found my second win, and yes, I found my peace again, and yes, I found my second win, 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 and yes, I found some hope again.
Download the Insanity Radio app and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
Insanity Radio.
Insanity Radio.
Just a mother, just a teenage girl with no place left to go. Just a daddy trying to hold the world together for them all. Just the longest journey with roads that feel like they're never gonna end. then the next. But the story is the same. We'd love to help you if we could, but we just don't have the room. Left on the outside, nowhere one to call your own. That's how you started in this world with all its doors closed. When there was no room, you came anyway. When there was no space in our hearts for your grace, you made a way. You made a way. When there was no room, you came all the same. You came anyway. Oh, you came anyway. Into this world you made, to all of it, lonely and afraid. Just maybe the cry of a baby born on the outside, knows what it feels like. Could bring us back home, could bring us back home. When there was no room, you came anyway. When there was no space in our hearts for your grace, you made a way. You made a way. When there was no room, you came all the same. When there was no room, you came anyway. When there was no space in our hearts for your grace, you made a way. You made a way. When there was no room, you came all the same. You came anyway. Oh, you came anyway. Anyway, anyway, you came anyway. Anyway, you came anyway.
That was You Came Anyway by Ashton Lane. You're listening to the Josh Miskin Morning Show on Insanity Radio. Just before that was Everything Else Has Gone Wrong by Bombay Bicycle Club. Whoa, mind blank, but it's just come back to me, don't worry. Phew. We've had reports coming in that last night at the SU's medicine event, there was a bit of a crushing in the queue. I don't think anyone was seriously injured from what we're hearing, just a couple of minor injuries. But if you're affected, it's just important to be aware that you should check yourself over this morning and go to the health centre, student services centre, or the SU itself if you need any more assistance. That was the final medicine event last night, the Christmas toast event, which apart from that, what I'm being told is a minor incident, it was a great success. Exciting news now from that slightly more down news, but exciting news is I've just secured a house for next year. There we go. I won't be living in Kingswood anymore. That's my current halls, for those of you who are unaware. Be moving out to a nice little house between the university campus and the centre of Egham. It's very, very well placed. Almost said the address then. Won't say the address, but yeah, it's a really sweet, it's a cute, proper little house. It's a 4-bedroom house. I'll be living with 3 other friends. One of them's already been on the show. You've heard him speak. George, he came on. I'll be living with him next year. Who else is there? Grace and Ella as well. There you go. They're they'll be my 3 housemates for next year. So we've just haven't signed the contract yet, but we've put down the holding fees, and you know, they know we're interested. We know that they're happy for us to have the house. It's a kind of non-contractual obligation thing. Yeah, so well, eloquently put. What else is there? Oh, I was going to talk about the traffic. There's nothing major going on there. Minor delays on the Jubilee and Waterloo and City Line. And other than that, there were quite a lot of congestion on the roads, but I feel like that's too much for me to say. So, you know, if you want to hear the traffic, I'm sure there's a radio station in your car that you can listen to, probably. Oh, BBC Radio 4 probably do it. They've probably got a lot of somebody talking about the traffic half the time. And final thing I was going to talk about, of course, Christmas. What are your Christmas plans? That's what I want to know while I'm sitting here in the studio for the next 45 minutes on my own. Somebody let me know, what are your Christmas plans? Tweet us in at Insanity Radio. Maybe I'll put a little thing on Instagram. What are my plans at the moment? Well, once I've come back from Muscat, that'll be on the 19th. And then, well, I don't know, hopefully seeing some friends. That's what, you know, like to do. And then I know I'm going to like a Christmas drinks party. That's what my mum said, on the 23rd. And then maybe it isn't the 23rd. No, I think it is. And then we've got a drinks thing that we're doing, I've been told, on the 24th, maybe. And then obviously Christmas, Boxing Day. Oh, I've got 2 essays to do. I've got, I think it's 3,500 words worth of essays to do. Ugh, that sounds incredibly exciting. So the first half of Christmas sounds fun. And then the second half just is, I'm going to have to do work. Because otherwise, you know, I'll just fail my courses. How exciting. Next up is, oh my, you can just tell, can't you, that I'm ill? I can just hear myself thinking, oh, you sound ill. I feel ill, you know? I'm missing the whole, woo, let's go, let's listen to Taylor Swift, Christmas Tree Farm. Next up, you know, the energy thing. We'll get it back. We'll build it up. What am I talking about after this? Yeah, that'll say it. After the next couple of songs, I'll be going back to what I told you I would speak about last week, but I never managed it. The bits of the articles, that's what they're called, the bits. Dear, oh dear. The articles from the Founder newspaper. I'll be looking at 10 songs that defined the 2010s, a review of the decade. But next up is Christmas Tree Farm by Taylor Swift on the Josh Miskin Morning Show on Insanity Radio. Enjoy.
My winter nights are taken up by static, stress, and holiday shopping traffic. But I close my eyes and I'm somewhere else, just like magic. In my heart is a Christmas tree farm where the people would come to dance under sparkling lights, bundled up in their mittens and coats, and the cider would flow. And I just wanna be there tonight. Sweet dreams of holly and ribbon, mistakes are forgiven, and everything is icy and blue. And you would be there too, under the mistletoe. Is a Christmas tree farm, there's a light in the barn. We'd run inside out from the cold. In the town, kids are dreaming of sleighs, and they're warm and they're safe. They wake to see a blanket of snow. Sweet dreams of holly and ribbon, mistakes are forgiven, and everything is icy and blue. And you would be there too, under the mistletoe. fire glow and telling me I love you. Baby, Merry Christmas. Oh, baby, baby, Merry Christmas. Baby, Merry Christmas. I love you. Oh, baby, baby, Merry Christmas. Oh, baby, baby, Merry Christmas. Oh, baby, baby, Merry Christmas.
All the latest music, charts, and chats.
Insanity Radio.
You'll always be my number one. A whole lot more than good enough. I'm giving everything I've got to gain every second lost. 6 years just ain't enough. With you, I'm happy being me. Don't pretend, 'cause I don't need to. I'm 1,000 miles from home, never on my own. When you whisper down the phone, well, I guess we never saw this coming. Halfway around the world calling, but I just want you to know that I'd have all I need. You were standing right in front of me. I'll finally see what it means to be complete. Don't need to spend our life chasing gold. Anywhere with you, I'll call my home. Oh, I'd have all I need if you'd be the better half of me. I'm still up, it's 4 a.m. Is this Amsterdam or Berlin? Yeah, I'm just waiting for the day I finally get to say these words face to face. Well, I guess we never saw this coming. Halfway around the world calling, but I just want you to know that I'd have all I need. You were standing right in front of me. I'll finally see what it means to be complete. Don't need to spend our life chasing gold. Anywhere with you, I'll call my home. Oh, I'd have all I need if you'd be the better half of me. I'd have all I need if you were standing right in front of me. I'll finally see what it means to be complete. Don't need to spend our life chasing gold. Anywhere with you, I'll call my home. Oh, I'd have all I need if you'd be the better half of me. If you'd be the better half of me. Yeah, will you be the better half of me? Will you be the better half of me?
That was Better Half of Me by Tom Walker, but before that, of course, Taylor Swift's Christmas Tree Farm. Now, what I want to talk about, I was going to talk about last week, but it never happened because I ran out of time with this one. The other one didn't happen. The other article I was going to speak about didn't happen because I forgot to read the article. But I have this week, so I will be talking about it later. But this is 10 songs that define the 2010s. I thought you'd be interested to know, considering, you know, it's a radio show. I'm supposed to do some music talk, probably. So here is some music talk. Of course, a classic song is the... we'll start off with the 2010s, because that's a good idea. Then we'll make our way through all the way to 2019. 2010, Teenage Dream by Katy Perry. As it, you know, the one that goes... almost sung it then. With the lyrics, you make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream. Come on and don't ever look back. That one. Yeah. Why? Apparently, many of you will remember donning your finest high-top Converses and tearing up the dance floor as this ballad boomed, anticipating teenage hijinks to come. Teenage Dream, Katy Perry, 2010. 2011, of course, and the next song we'll be playing is by this artist as well, Rolling in the Deep by Adele. Of course, everybody knows that song, I don't have to go, we're rolling in the deep. That one. I promise you, it would sound perfect if I wasn't ill. Hey, that's a great excuse. Nobody was ready for Adele's commanding voice and assertive attitude when this stormed into the charts. Yeah, there you go. And she did she do something at the Olympics? I don't know. But Rolling in the Deep, that was 2011. Wow, and it's still a fantastic song today. 2012, everyone knows this song. Carly Rae Jepsen's Call Me Maybe. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe. There you go, there's a little preview of Carly Rae Jepsen's Call Me Maybe there. That was all over, that was so overplayed, that song. But the narrative of a youthful crush at first sight romance was something everybody could relate to in the early Instagram days of 2012. 2013 was at one time, this song was at one time the most liked video on YouTube. Now it's Despacito, but Psy's, PSY's Gangnam Style. What now, Gangnam Style? If you're watching in the cameras, there it is. There's the dance move. I feel like that was the dance move. There you go. See, I won't sing that one because I don't know the lyrics, but I did just do the dance, so that's fine. That was, what a song. That K-pop banger is how it's been described in the Founder newspaper. Yeah, there you go. What a fantastic song. Was, at one time, the most liked video on YouTube. Psy's Gangnam Style. Then we moved into 2014, the year, of course, of a Football World Cup. It was All About That Bass by Meghan Trainor. How should I sing bass in choirs. There you go. So it's all about me, essentially, is what Meghan Trainor was saying. Haven't met her, but she sounds like she knows what she's talking about. Well, there we go. After 2013's twerking backlash, some self-love was definitely in order. And Kim Kardashian, oh dear, certainly channeled Trainor when she broke the internet later that year. I think we all know what the author of this article was on about then. 2015, of course, Uptown Funk. Uptown Funk you up, say Uptown Funk you up. That was the 2015. That's, of course, the Bruno Mars song. Old school track, carefree vibe, allowed us to laugh along with pop culture fiascos like Left Shark and The Dress. Then we move into 2016 with the fantastic song that was, and still is, Sia's Cheap Thrills. Dollar bills to have fun tonight. I love cheap thrills, is how Sia's cheap. If you say Sia's Cheap Thrills in quick succession, it's actually quite hard to do. But there you are, that was the 2016 song of the year as part of this decade. And of course, I've already mentioned it, 2017, Despacito by Luis Fonsi, Daddy Yankee and Justin Bieber, the most liked video on YouTube. Can't really sing that one. Well, I can do one word. Despacito. That's it, I'm not even going to attempt the complicated linguistics throughout that song. 2018, of course, Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. Thank you, next. Thank you, next is how that one goes, if you're unaware. Why did I decide? See, the problem was I knew Teenage Dream, it's quite catchy, so I decided to sing it, but now I've had to sing all these songs that I don't really know. But Ariana Grande, of course, a humongous artist, as in terms of record sales and popularity rather than physical stature. I'm going to dig myself a hole if I don't leave it right now, so I've just left it there, done. And 2019, of course, Billie Eilish, Bad Guy, which goes, I'm a bad guy, something along those lines. There you go. This track with its thumping bass line and sharp lyrics offers an exciting preview of things to come in the decade ahead. And I said I'd play something, and what I will be playing is, next up, from, 2011, this artist. It's Adele, and it is Sweetest Devotion. Enjoy.
You're listening to Insanity Radio.
I've been hearing symphonies. Before all I heard was silence. A rhapsody for you and me. And every melody is timeless. Life was stringing me along. Then you came and you cut me loose. Was solo singing on my own. Now I can't find a key without you. And now your song is on repeat. And I'm dancing on to your heartbeat. And when you're gone, I feel incomplete. So if you want the truth, I just wanna be part of your symphony. We hold me tight and not let go. Symphony, like a love song on the radio. We hold me tight and not let go. I'm sorry if it's all too much, but every day you're here I'm healing. And I was running out of luck. I never thought I'd find this feeling. 'Cause I've been hearing symphonies. Before all I heard was silence. A rhapsody for you and me. And every melody is timeless. And now your song is on repeat. And I'm dancing on to your heartbeat. And when you're gone, I feel incomplete. So if you want the truth, I just wanna be part of your symphony. We hold me tight and not let go. Symphony, like a love song on the radio. We hold me tight and not let go. And now your song is on repeat. And I'm dancing on to your heartbeat. And when you're gone, I feel incomplete. So if you want the truth, I just wanna be part of your symphony. We hold me tight and not let go. Symphony, like a love song on the radio. Symphony, we hold me tight and not let go. Symphony, like a love song on the radio. We hold me tight and not let go.
That was Symphony by Clean Bandit featuring Zara Larsson. But before that was Adele's Sweetest Devotion. And I ought to apologise for the technical issues you might have noticed during Sweetest Devotion. It got about, 40 seconds to and then restarted. All I'll say on the matter is that it wasn't my fault. Yeah, there we go. Next up, of course, is our very popular Quote of the Day segment. The time now is, oh my goodness, it's 9:40. Wow, I've got so much left to do. It's 20 to 10 exactly. Thank you very much to Manny, who's tweeted us, got in touch with the show. Glad you're enjoying yourself. And our Instagram replier, Jamie, who said his plans for Christmas are to sleep and hibernate. Sounds like you're going to enjoy yourself. Here is, of course, the quote of the day. It's a Michelle Ruiz quote, if you know her. I don't, but there you go. But it's a good quote. Here it is. If people are doubting how far you can go, go so far that you can't hear them anymore. How good's that? If people are doubting how far you can go, go so far that you can't hear them anymore. I love that. See? Just follow your dreams, essentially, and just put your all into it and go for it. There's the quote of the day with some beautiful saxophone in the background. What could be more relaxing? I don't know. Well, potentially this song, one of my favourite songs and one of the world's favourite Christmas songs. It is Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. Now, next up, the Josh Miskin Morning Show. Enjoy.
Don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true.
This is Insanity Radio, 103.2 FM.
I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
that you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
It's not a cry that you hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a chord and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
That was Hallelujah by Pentatonix, and before that, of course, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. Now, I wasn't planning on playing 3 Christmas songs in a row. My next song is a Christmas song, but I've just deleted 2 because I realised, of course, as always, I was overrunning a bit, but now I've given myself the challenge of speaking for quite a long time, so that's why I mentioned this, but I didn't really need to mention it. I just mentioned it to fill a bit of time. There we go. How long was that? That was 35 seconds of stuff I didn't need to talk about, but it's given me 35 seconds. We've had a couple more replies about what are your plans for Christmas. Here we go. We got one reply from James, who says, going for a drink with you, of course, mate. Now, let me just promise, I didn't make that up. Just, I'm not trying to make myself so popular here. I haven't made up a guy called James. There is actually a guy called James who has actually said going for a drink with you, of course, mate. And another reply, Hannah, just says one word, simple word, SPOONS, spoons. Thanks, Hannah. Next. Oh, we got a funny one here. Someone who thinks they're a comedian. He's called George. Right, he answered the question, what are your plans for Christmas? With to have Christmas. That's why. See, not everyone's cut out for being a radio presenter. You got to be funny. And that was not the kind of witty humour I like to use on the show. But it was alright. It was cute. It's got to make them feel good. Just throw something out like that. What am I going to talk about? There you go. There was a reason I played Hallelujah by Pentatonics. Not just because I love Pentatonics and Hallelujah's a Christmas song, but because, as you may know, I am a member of Absolute Harmony. And over the weekend, it was the winter concert, and one of the songs that Hardcore Harmony sung was Carol of the Bells. Not by Pentatonics, but the Pentatonics arrangement. So I thought, well, a little tribute. I'll throw in a Pentatonics Christmas song, but we didn't have Carol of the Bells on the system. So I thought, Hallelujah, that's Christmassy. We'll use that one instead. That was on Friday. Very full, actually. Lots of people were there. I'd estimate, I don't know, 100, 150, 200 maybe? Yeah, let's go about that. And 15 songs were sung. I'll whiz through them quickly, again, because I need to talk about things, so I might as well mention all 15 songs. They were, I'll do the 9 main choir songs first, and then the 6 hardcore ones. Here are the 9. Shotgun, George Ezra, Grace Kelly, Mika, Alex Clare's Too Close, Take Me to Church, Hosier, Everyone Wants to Rule the World, Tears for Fears, You Give Prayers a Bad Name, it was a Bon Jovi medley, Sunflower's Plan, that's Post Malone, and a Drake mashup of God's Plan and Sunflower, Love Really Hurts Without You, Billy Ocean, and Do They Know It's Christmas by Band-Aid. And the Hardcore Harmony songs, a Michael Jackson medley, Icy Fire, Ed Sheeran, Human, Rag and Bone Man, Brother, Codeline, Afterglow by Wilkinson and Becky Hill, and of course the Carol of the Bells, the Pentatonics arrangement. There were the 15 songs. It was great, actually. It was really fun. I was quite nervous before we started singing, but I think it was successful. I must give a mention, though, to Sophia Little and Danny Collins, the musical directors. They've put so much hard work in this term, and it really, well, there wouldn't be anything to sing without them, and they're wonderful conducting, so thank you very much, and a huge congratulations, especially to you two. There we go. That was a good bit of talking. Oh, no, I was going to talk about my weekend in general. I also, on the same day as that winter concert, was in a hockey match against a team. Whoops. We won. Yeah, that very successfully. We won 4-1. Great game. That was the last hockey match before Christmas. Yeah, that went well. There you go. And on the message of Abham, we'll go back to them quickly. Hardcore Harmony are performing at the Dance Society Showcase this evening. They'll be performing Brother and Carol of the Bells. I'm not sure what time it starts. Have a look. Probably about 7ish, I reckon. 7:30, these things usually start. Doors usually open about 7. It usually starts about 7:30. Be sure to come along. It might be free entry. It might not be. So have a look on the SU website. I know it's in the SU, I think. So I don't even know where it is. You're going to have to look it up yourselves, I'm afraid, because I didn't realise I was going to be talking about that until I just thought of it. But there you go. We will be singing there this evening. And finally, the last thing I will be speaking about live before Christmas is how Michael Bublé won Christmas. And let's be honest, he has won Christmas because I adore the guy. The Canadian that we all love to hate, but we still play at Christmas parties every single year without fail. This is actually true. This is the founder article that I really liked, written by Amelia Morris, and she writes that mums fancy him, dads want to be him, and he's undeniably entangled with the festive period. I want to draw a bit of attention to mums fancy him. Not just mums. 19-year-old teenagers fancy him too, okay? It should say mums and Josh Miskin fancy him. And probably half the listeners. It's just, well, dads want to be him, I mean. I would like to be him. Maybe it's his good looks, or his guy persona, or his melted, chocolatey voice. Maybe his friendly but suave looks, or his charmingly Canadian pronunciation. I like that little quote as well. But the fact remains that Michael Bublé has 11 full-length albums. 11 full-length albums! But his most popular is still his 2011 Christmas Deluxe Special Edition. That is essentially how we won Christmas, with his sonata-like voice, his good looks, and his pure Canadian charm. There we go. And before I sneeze or cough or sniff or collapse or fall asleep, we will finish there. Thank you very much for listening for the last, I think this will be episode 7? The 7th episode? Yes, it is, because I haven't written 7th yet, because that sounds quite hard to spell on Instagram. There it is, the 7th episode and the final live episode before Christmas. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for listening. Next up is Santa Claus is Coming to Town by the one, the only, the Canadian charmer, Mr. Michael Bublé. This has been the Josh Miskin Morning Show. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I am telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, he's checking it twice, he's gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping, and he knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I am telling you why. 'Cause Santa Claus is coming to town. You when you're sleeping, and he knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming, I mean the big fat man with the long white beard. He's coming to town.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. You're listening to
Insanity Radio.
This is Insanity.
They play a really good mix between like the modern tune.
We don't actually have money to buy a radio.
I think we got a show to do.
And wave my arms around, hoping for the light to come on.
It's like a thing where you play music and you talk a little bit and then your family pretends to listen and then they really don't.
Long week in the office, or you've been stressing about exams.
This is Insanity Radio 103.2 FM.